I grew up in a small town that was famous for its annual pumpkin festival. Every year, our town would come together to celebrate the fall season by carving pumpkins and telling spooky stories around bonfires. When I was 12 years old, my parents let me stay up past my bedtime to watch the horror movie It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. As a class, we had just finished reading the book It's the Great Pumpkin by author Paul Galdone. And all of my classmates were talking about how much they loved the story of a young boy named Linus who waits for the Great Pumpkin to appear each Halloween. The Great Pumpkin was supposed to be this huge pumpkin with a face and a beard that came out only on Halloween night to bring candy to all the good little children. After watching the movie, I became convinced that the Great Pumpkin was real and that he would come to our house if I left out a big bowl of candy on our front porch. My mom said that was a silly idea, but she let me do it anyway, mainly so that I would stop bugging her. On Halloween night, my dad carved a big old jack-o'-lantern, and we put a candle inside. My mom and I put on our costumes, and then we headed out into the cold autumn night to go trick-or-treating with my little sister and brother. When we got back home, we dumped all of our candy into the big bowl, and then we went to bed. The next morning, my mom and I got up early to go shopping for groceries, so we got dressed, and then we went downstairs to get some breakfast. That's when we noticed that the big bowl was completely empty. I was so upset that someone had taken all of my candy, so I started to cry. Then my mom did something very uncharacteristic. She picked me up, hugged me, and said, "Don't cry. I know who did this." She then took me outside to the porch and pointed to the remains of a smashed pumpkin sitting on the ground. I looked inside and saw what appeared to be a human tooth. My mom reached down, picked it up, and said, "This tooth is not from a pumpkin, my dear. This is a baby tooth. And whoever took your candy didn't do it to be mean. They probably just needed it more than you." I started to feel bad because I realized that someone in need had taken my candy, so I stopped crying. That's when my mom did something that I will never forget. She pulled me close, looked me in the eyes, and said, "Don't ever trust a pumpkin again." And then she let out a maniacal laugh that sounded like this. To this day, I have never forgotten the evil laugh that my mom let out, and even though it's been over 20 years since then, I still don't trust pumpkins.